Hi students, I wanted to take a moment to discuss the concept of vestigial structures. Vestigial structures are organs or physical structures that we find in animals that no longer serve the same purposes we would see in the ancestral species. So several examples of those, we can look at the tailbone in humans, or the coccyx. You can see this structure here at the bottom is evidence of shared ancestry with animals that had a tail. Now, this isn't to say that the tailbone is completely useless. It simply is not serving its original function in humans, as it were, since we no longer actually have an external tail. Another example of a vestigial structure in humans would be the appendix. Now, again, this isn't to say I think a common misunderstanding is that vestigial structures mean that the structures are useless. They're not useless. They simply are not serving whatever the likely original function was. We're not entirely sure what the original the original function of the appendix was. When we look at other animals that have an appendix, like apes and rabbits, we can infer that this structure was likely involved in breakdown of plant food. What it does in the human, it's hard to tell. We do see that in embryos, it grows very rapidly, and it also is likely that there is some function in terms of supporting the immune system. But that is not likely what the original function of the appendix was. Vestigial structures are not only found in humans, although we tend to be mostly interested in the human vestigial structures. We also can see them in other animals. An interesting animal to look at is the Kiwi bird. This is a bird that is found in New Zealand. And as you can see, it is a flightless bird. It does not have wings, which isn't to say that it doesn't have wing bones. It does, which you can see if you look really closely here. You can see that there are these vestigial wing bones underneath the flesh of the Kiwi bird. And so
okay, I'll see you all then. Okay.
The bones no longer are capable of allowing the Kiwi bird to fly. Again, not useless. There's likely some purpose in terms of helping the Kiwi balance as it walks, that those bones, if they were to be removed, would affect the gait or the ability of the bird to walk. But again, that is not the original function of the wings and those birds. You can also see it in larger organisms like whales. Whales have a pelvic bone. That the fact that they have a pelvic bone suggests that at some point there was some organism, some ancestral organism that was walking on 4 legs. Now, what is likely happened with the whale was, give or take 50 to 150 million years ago, some organism evolved from land and moved back into the ocean. This remaining pelvic bone is evidence of that.